Hello, dear friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We have come with another information that is very crucial to us and is to our own advantage because our Prime Minister, God prepared him before time to face the kind of things he is facing on behalf of Biafrans now because it is not actually his particular issue, all right? He is an international lawyer. Finland knows that very well. And Finland also know that what he is dragging is his right. He has that right. All right. So that is why they are taking it easy with him. Being international people and his co-lawyers are not diving into issues that will bring shame to Finland as a country. So Nigeria is in trouble. Nigeria is in shambles. That is why Engineer Abaribe has said that they have seen that there's actually nothing they can do to Simon Ekpa. What is now remaining, Biafrans? What is remaining actually is from your own corner, my own corner. We support what is working for us, and that is Biafra. By the time we lay our heads and force together and we push forward, we will give birth to Biafra. I'm telling you, it's just like a woman in labor. You have to apply the remaining force in your body before you be able to push out this baby with the help of God. That is actually what is remaining. So it is now or never. I want you to listen to what is going on here right now. Please pay attention.
Our topic is PM studied international law, fighting Nigeria with a multiple dimension. The whole world now try to get what we are doing, everybody that is here now. The whole world, remember that ORB said that all international network should be focused on Biafra Liberation Army because Biafra Liberation Army is the most strongest army in the whole world. Why America told American soldiers that warriors fight like Biafran soldiers. You can fight like Biafran soldiers until before you become a warrior. Now, why the camera is upon Biafra, which our Prime Minister is the light they used to go through Biafra land. DM now is using international history to educate the whole world. And why we are here now is, as Nigeria is running behind, listen to the reason they kidnapped Mazen Namdekan, they arrested Mazen Namdekan before, and why the whole world has turned against Nigeria and they begin to seize all their assets all over the world. We will be playing the two the same time. We'll be playing
by Steve Oko. American veterans of Igbo descent, AVID, has told the federal government to return Nigeria to the 1960-1963 regional autonomy to save the country from implosion. This was contained in a statement issued by Dr. Sylvester Onyear and Dr. Godson Obiagwu, AVID president and secretary respectively. The U.S. military veterans who, however, commended the recent signing into law of the Southeast Development Commission, said Nigeria needed to urgently restructure to avoid imminent total collapse.
Nigeria,
the United States military.
Nigeria need urgent restructuring to avoid collapse. And Nigeria has been collapsed long time ago. Listen to where Mazen Namdekan told them this.
I speak to them, I also give my conditions, which I know they couldn't meet. It's not possible for them to meet it. And I did it deliberately. I didn't want to speak to them. They sent out Joseph Carlo to come to me. First to my parents. My father said no.
Dear friends, there is something I want us to hear from Mazen Namdekan in this place. He said he gave them his condition, which he know that they can never meet up with. Listen to it. Here is the 555 vision, Biafran gospel, and the Bible. We preach this thing like Matthew, Luke and John, Revelation, Genesis, Exodus, turning it upside down until everybody will get to the key of the history. Listen to it.
Which I know they couldn't meet is not possible. They also gave my conditions, which I know they couldn't meet is not possible for them to meet it. And I did it deliberately.
He did it deliberately. He did it deliberately. Okay, I just tested my mic. He did it deliberately. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu says, Okwa aka, Ogosi gebe gada. He did it deliberately. Listen to it here.
Which I know they couldn't meet is not possible for them to meet it. And I did it deliberately. I didn't want to speak to them. They sent all Jews of Cairo to come to me. First to my parents. My father said no. My mother said no. That where I stand is where they stand, in life or in death. And they came to prison. I was even from DSS dungeon.
So, what are we trying to bring to our lovely people today in the gospel of today? What we are bringing here now, you know, these people lag behind. It is now, this man is knowing that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has given all this condition. It is now their own day is breaking. Now they know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has given all this opportunity for Nigeria to be one. Then let us continue from here. Please, Emma, look at Mazen Nnamdi Kanu when he made the statement and see when Nigeria is waking up. Why are we doing what we are doing now is we are onto historical curriculum. Onto historical curriculum. That is where we are now. We are curriculum everything that is happening. Now, when PM come online, he will tell you one country history to collude to what is happening, how Biafra will be free. And no international community will go against it because we have more than 50 million voters and counting. We continue guiding ourselves. We continue where they say it.
Veterans of Igbo descent believes that a return of Nigeria to 1963rd regional autonomy is the only way to mitigate Nigeria's socio-economic and security problems. The statement said, AVID, which also renewed its demand for the immediate and unconditional release of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, said that the growing clamor for restructuring of Nigeria had vindicated Kanu, who was misunderstood by many when he was warning the country. Said that the growing clamor for restructuring of Nigeria had vindicated Kanu, who was misunderstood by many when he was warning the country.
The restructuring clamor that is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu stand for. When Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was protesting in the street of London, clamoring for one Nigeria, telling them for Nigeria to be good, they refused. And he went there, come and arrested him. He told them, restructure now. If you don't restructure, that Biafra will come. And when it will start, he will be in front. When the other person that will come will be the finisher. And we go here again. Please, let us continue. We go here.
The promises came. The Vice President, anything you want. If you have a very beautiful wife, you better go and enjoy her than being in prison. Anything you want. And I said, no. But what I want is a referendum to determine if you good people want to be part of the zoo or part of Nigeria or part of Biafra. Choose one, zoo or Biafra.
Are you hearing it? We are 555 vision fighting for Biafra and delivering the message, the gospel of Biafra. The gospel of Biafra. Are you getting it? Gospel of Biafra is what we are delivering. And how do they deliver the gospel? You will go where they said it before. You will go where they say it now. You will go where it is happening. You will join them together. You bring evidence to prove yourself right. Hear it in this place. He has been vindicated. That is why PM said, even if Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will come out very, very soon, that when he come out, listen to what PM says. One thing PM has done is that PM removed Biafran agitation out of personal affair, out of family affair, and he handed it up into a government thing. Biafra become a government where even he himself, being the prime minister of the Biafran 40 states that make up Biafra, cannot stop Biafra again. Not to talk of. Are you getting it? Now he said that what is important now, let Mazen Nnamdi Kanu come out. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu come out, then everything will be playing. And here now, they vindicated. Look at it.
According to the group, Kanu's predictions about Nigeria have almost been fulfilled. It recalled that Kanu had during a meeting with Southeast governors also agreed to a return to the 1960-1963 constitution as condition to review his agitation for Biafra's restoration before his house was invaded in 2017.
Now, lovely Biafrans, that he has a meeting. If you watch our outcome here, you will see when he had this meeting with the Southeast governors, and they send Ojo Zokalo to bring sack of money. They promise him vice president of Nigeria. They promise him oil well. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu says what he need is referendum. Now what he need?
Or part of Biafra. Choose one, zoo or Biafra. They said no. And Sibajo tried to make contact. When I came out, I don't know if I've told this story before actually. And Ohaneze hijacked it. I went to see Nia in his house. We sat down, had lunch together. And I told him what my conditions were to lift the boycott in Anambra State, which they couldn't meet. And I said to Wodo very simply, go to Abuja and tell these people that these are what our people are asking for. I said to him, go and bring us something. Abuja and tell these people that these are what our people are asking for. I said to him, go and bring us something. Not for me, for everybody. He went there and started negotiating for a ministerial position for one of the children. I'm telling you what I'm doing is fact, ask him. Somebody asked him, but you people are being called to Aso Rock because of Nnamdi Kanu. Why didn't you tell him that you're going to Aso Rock? He said it is for Igbo leaders. And once the powers that be knew that he hadn't IPOB support, they just gave them 5 million naira for transport and dismissed them. Hadn't Nyawodo remained with me, when the governors called me, I told them the same thing in front of Professor Ben Wabeze. They said, oh, but Soludo, Premad is upstairs. Do I want them to come? I said, no. Government house, the former DSS director came with his bags of money. clothes, in white sacks to bribe. Ask anybody working in government houses in
Biafrans. Here is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told them. What you had here is he gave them the condition, and here it when they presented it to Tinubu once again. They presented it to Tinubu once again. Why Emeka Anyoko is running up and down, and the PM told them time for restructuring is over.
Avid, therefore, advised the presidency to, as a matter of urgency, consider the return to the 1960-1963 Constitution to navigate the country out of the woods. It also urged the federal government to consider other demands made by KANU during the meeting with Southeast leaders, arguing that those demands, if obliged, will help restore the confidence of Southeast in the country. The statement made available to Vanguard, read in part, in 2017. Shortly after the leader of the Biafra indigenous people was freed from illegal detention, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the late Professor Ben Nwabueze, Evangelist Elliot Uwako, and the Southeast governors met in Enugu State to discuss the demands of the Biafran people. On August 30, 2017, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made these demands before the Southeast governors, who were chaired by Enga Dave Umahi. His demands included: make Enugu a Grade 1 international airport so that our people in different parts of the world can easily fly in without having to stop over first in any part of Nigeria.
So, this was what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu proposed. Meka, I greet you for joining. This was what he proposed to them. And if you watch the beginning of this message, he said he offered them all these things, knowing very, very well that they will never obey it because they don't know the meaning of restructuring. And he told them, time will come. Oguru is writing this in this place. Time will come when you people will be demanding for restructuring, and that time will be no more because there is nobody you can sit with to dialogue for restructuring or going to any kind of regional government. And here, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is saying it here. We are 555 Vision preaching this gospel the way they preach it inside Pentecostal churches.
I said, no, I don't want to see them. Not because I want to be the only cock crowing, no. Because of consistency.
Consistency.
Can you last? When you are tempted, are you going to succumb? Can you sustain? This very tempted, are you going to succumb? Can you sustain? When you are tempted, are you going to succumb? Can you sustain?
You know, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is having this meeting right in front of many DOS members. And he asked them, when you are tempted, can you succeed? When you are tempted, are you consistent? When you are tempted, he told you here now what they have promised him. Oil Vice President of Nigeria, and he should go to London and enjoy his wife, and they will make his life comfortable. The people who took such money to make them their life comfortable, like Ifeanyi Uba, you see his own end as it stands today. Now, what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said here now, why Nigeria is waking up, now Biafra is now coupling the history onto our own curriculum chamber. Look at it here. You see?
He demanded that River Niger be dredged to reduce the heavy loss of importation which our people who dominate the sector painfully bear. He also demanded that Owerri Airport, which our people contributed money to build in the days of Governor Sam Mbakwe, be upgraded to a functional cargo airport.
River Niger should be graded. Warri Airport should be graded. Mbakwe Airport should be graded, should be developed, that cargo airport will be coming there. That when you are coming from America, from Europe, from Canada, from Australia, you will board and they come down in Biafran land. That was what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told them, and they rejected. Nnamdi Nwodo went there to negotiate how he can become the leader of Igbo people. Look at it here, where Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is saying it. You know, we are recording this history very, very fast.
This very effort we're making. So they have come. And I gave them my conditions which they can never meet. Open Warri Seaport, open Iguacha Seaport, open Calabar Seaport. Make Enugu an international airport where we can fly to US and come in at will. Build Iguacha Enugu, Onitsha Enugu Express Road. Complete second Niger Bridge. Simple. Are these things difficult?
No.
They are not difficult. Open Warri Seaport.
Then, you know, when we are delivering our message, we are delivering message historically, because we are fighting Nigeria with a multiple dimension. PM is holding the certificate of the Ambassador for Peace all over the world, coupled with international law certificate, which he has, including everybody inside government in exile. All of them are doctors in different categories. Are you understanding? And the Nigerian government, now they are waking up, listening to what our leader told them, and listen to where they presented it once again in this place. We will analyze
the people who dominate the sector painfully bear. He also demanded that Owerri Airport, which our people contributed money to build in the days of Governor Sam Mbakwe, be upgraded to a functional cargo airport. He equally demanded that Port Harcourt seaports be made to operate in full capacity so that big ships can berth in them. MNK demanded the revival of all moribund industries in the southeast and south-south to provide job opportunities for thousands of our youths and graduates from higher institutions. Following announcement of his demands to the southeast, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reiterated that if they fail to address these problems, Biafrans will demand a referendum on their status as foreigners in Nigeria.
If they fail to reiterate this problem, building seaports, listen to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, let me not just continue. Listen to it yourself, because when you want to talk about Biafra, you know exactly what you are talking about.
Which they can never meet. Open Warri Seaport, open Iguacha Seaport, open Calabar Seaport. Make Enugu an international airport where we can fly to US and come in at will. Build Iguacha Enugu, Onitsha Enugu Express Road. Complete second Niger Bridge. Simple. Are these things difficult?
No.
They are not difficult. As I'm telling you this, go and ask them in Asarok if your friends there. They have the piece of paper I gave to them. They ran away. Because some Igbo men were busy gossiping. Saying,
are you understanding? And here now, Arinze, thank you. Then here in this place in here now, they said that if they miss this opportunity, which our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has given to them, referendum will become the option. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told them, and let us try to go back a little before you will hear where they say it. This is Steve Uko.
K demanded the revival of all moribund industries in the Southeast and South-South to provide job opportunities for thousands of our youths and graduates from higher institutions. Following announcement of his demands to the Southeast, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reiterated that if they fail to address these problems, Biafrans will demand a referendum on their status as foreigners in Nigeria.
If they fail to accept all this condition, Biafrans have no option than to come up and start referendum as foreigners in Nigeria. Now, Biafrans, here you see what is going on in Nigeria between Biafrans and Nigeria. Today, Nigeria asset is being seized all over the world. Nigeria is a shameless country which you cannot be proud of holding Nigerian passport to travel anywhere in the world. Now then, Biafrans now has come up under the ideology of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with our Prime Minister, which we all come together and elect. Then, Steve Uko, coupled with Emeka Anyoko, that is going to Tinubu to plead. Tinubu that doesn't even believe in one Nigeria. Tinubu that doesn't believe in one Nigeria. Then they went there now and they say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been vindicated. That all his prophecies has been fulfilled. The only thing remaining in his prophecy is the declaration of Biafra. And what happened when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them they can never meet up with this thing, he said he is going to lead in front. Biafrans, all of you that believe in him, all of you multitude that believe in him, go and follow Simon Ekpa, who will bring a different dimension through international collaboration and coupled with a world history. Then from there, you will get your freedom. And Simon Ekpa came, he said, number one thing he want to achieve is to make the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu useless. Both the people who sold him and those that bought him. His arrest will become useless. And when the arrest will become useless, then referendum will come. And here is where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where they reminded the government about what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. We are 555 Vision, the Afran Gospel, and the Bible. How you read the Bible you are reading today, this is how Bible was written, and the Biafra will have their own Bible, because Biafra is a religion. The true religion we know. When you go here now where PM teach about how Israel is being restored, you will see how this Israel would have been in Uganda. Then tell me, which is the real gospel? Is it not the history of you? Then we go here back.
Institutions. Following announcement of his demands to the Southeast, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reiterated that if they fail to address these problems, Biafrans will demand a referendum on their status as foreigners in Nigeria. At that point, Professor Ben Nwabueze informed him that Nigeria was better off under the 1960s-1963 constitution, a restructured Nigeria. Respecting Professor Ben Nwabueze as his father, he consented to restructuring along 1960 to 1963 constitution, up until 2 weeks later, when Nigerian government security agents broke into his home in Isiama Afaraukwuwa Beko, Umuahia, North Abia State of Nigeria.
Now, after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave them this thing, Professor Ben Nwabueze, who presents himself as the elder, because they changed our brain, they say, what an elderly man sees sitting, a child climb up, he will not see it. But the same Igbo adage that is preaching all these things tell you that onye njenje onye isi awụ amamihe. A traveler is wiser than the gray-haired man sitting in the village where there is no electricity. That is how we come now. And you see PM 1985 operating, and even Anthony Blinken, the Secretary of the United States of America, can't even stand our PM. And here is what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told them. We continue with this gospel.
If you allow him, when he finishes fighting Nigeria, he will come here and fight us and kill all of us. That's what they said. And you know one other thing they said? They told every Igbo billionaire around the world that nobody should give me one dime. Around the world, that nobody should give me one dime. They said. And you know one other thing they said? They told every Igbo billionaire around the world that nobody should give me one dime. Ask them that if you give Nnamdi Kanu money, he will go and buy weapons. That nobody should give me anything.
Please, what does this message tell you? Today, Igbo billionaires that circulated all over the world, PM is calling them today. Come and bring your money to support your own freedom. Ohaneze Ndị Igbo told them, don't go and give PM your money. Because if you give him your money, he will buy weapon to defend your own father's land. Yet, these people doesn't know what the land means. What did they do? After Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has given them this information, going back to the regional government, restructuring that every place, everyone will go, can live in peace. What they do is they go there, listen to it, listen to it, listen to it. They listen to it, what they did. Listen to what they did.
Up until 2 weeks later, when Nigerian government security agents broke into his home in Isiama Afarau Beko, Umuahia, North Abia state of Nigeria. Some of you today called him names and even called him a terrorist because you didn't know what MNK stood for.
Now, in this operation, Nigerian news, in this operation, they killed more than 200 people, including Jack the dog, but 28 people was registered. Just because he told them, Emeka Anyoku, Iwe Anyanwu, Ife Anyoba, all of you supposed to be clamoring for a good life of people to the Fulani masters. Stop being a puppet against your own people. And what did they say? No big man, no rich man in the eastern zone, in the Igbo zone, should support Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because if you support him, he will bring military that will defend their own land. And after all this thing is done, what did Buhari do then? Buhari then leashed his own wild dog, which he called Meyetiala. Meyetiala came under Ruga, saying that they have to take over the land, which Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, why that made Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to create Eastern Security Network. Now, you see why you must stand up to understand what is going on. And if you are supporting Biafra, there is IOU loan going on, there is a fundraising going on, there is a Biafran Liberation Army that is defending you today, knowing very, very well that all the people that made Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to back down, all of them have died. All of them have died, including Iwe Anyanwu and Ife Anyoba. And now is the time of PM. We are coming there. We are bringing this gospel one after another. Listen to what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told them when they made that statement. They made that statement and he told them this. Let us open it. He told them,
I'm going to hang a gabiga. I'm going to hang a gabiga. That we are here by the grace of Elohim, not by any of our strength, to be honest with you. Any day we are serious, the world will know. How do you want Canada to regard the Biafra? Any day we are serious, the world will know. And to be honest with you.
You see how important the involvement of Biafrans to Nigeria is. That is why international bodies are all running helter-skelter, because they don't want to lose this business center. This is a dumping ground, business center, okay? And our eyes are on the ball, and we must have to get that which concerns us, and we must have to get out of this mess that is not working for us. It is actually not working for us. We need to change and have it another way around, okay? So, Biafrans, keep pushing, do not hesitate, do not look back. We must get that which the Lord has prepared for us. Thank you, and God bless you all.